Hello everyone and welcome to my Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series on how to make a crafting system. This is the first episode and in this episode we're gonna set up all the required things to craft an item. So as you can see I have made some pre-made items of a metal, a wood and a rare stone. These all are the same items of the inventory items. Same thing as you can see I have just right click on this master object and created a child blueprint. These all are the same items. And what we need now, we actually need a crafting component. So why are we using a component? Because it is a portable thing, so you can attach it the component with whatever you like. So let's say if you are doing a multiplayer game and you want to attach to whatever the person you like or whatever the character, whatever the actor you like, you can attach it. You want to migrate it, you can also migrate that component and you don't have to code it all again for a different project. This is why we are using a component. So let's make a component. For that I'm gonna make a new folder by clicking on the content browser and new folder. Call it a crafting and let's set a color for this. So we can identify a blue color would be fine. Purple, let's go with purple. Okay, so we're gonna make a component. So right click on your blueprint class and as you can see the common classes which are used, I'm gonna click on this actor component and I'm gonna call it a crafting component. Yes, hit save. What else we need before the continue with this crafting component? As you can see we have our player's item, but we also need something called an amount, let's say a money required to craft an item, and the money part won't be gonna covered in here because this is a inventory item. So I'm gonna make a player component, sorry, not a player component, player function which add the money. So in the player BP I'm gonna make a new function and I'm gonna call it add to wallet, add money to wallet. And for that obviously we need a money, the current money we have, and we're gonna add this money with the added money. So by default our money is, let's say by default our player has something called $500, right? So whenever you add a money it will add it to your current money. So obviously we required a input of amount to add, amount to add, right? And this could be an integer because money is an integer. So I'm simply gonna integer plus integer. So I'm gonna plus this with the current money and I'm gonna set our money to a new one. So let's say if you want to decrease the money, then you have to provide minus value in it, so it will gonna decrease the money. So yep, for that this should be go in the second place because if it's a minus one then it might a problematic for us. So make sure the money goes in the first place. For the plus part it won't gonna affect much for, but let's say if you want to decrease the money then you provide minus amount in it. So let's say 500 minus 100, so it will set us to 400. So make sure this branch go in the second one, so we eliminate all the problems we have. Simple. Okay, just close this. If you want to make a money item, let's say same way we have made the wood item, if you want to make a money item you can made this. So whenever your player interacts you add a money by a pickup beneficial. So it's up to you, I won't gonna do that here. Okay, so go back to your crafting component, open that up. The first things first, we need a toggling part, a toggling UI part. So let's make a function called toggle UI. So whenever your function is called we're gonna toggle the UI. For that let's create a input So in the player blueprint, I'm gonna create an input to toggle my player. So as you can see in the one, I am toggling the skill tree and XP component. That's a different topic. Let's say if I hit 3, then I want to toggle my crafting. So for that you need to add the crafting component as well. Make sure you have added the inventory component. These two are the different topics, but inventory component is must. So if you don't know inventory, you can check out the previous lectures. So we're gonna add the crafting component. This one we have made, and this is added in here. Yep, you can attach as many components as you want. So on the crafting component, we're gonna toggle UI, the function we have made. Whenever we press the 3, it compiles, save, and we have done. So let's, for that we need a UI to toggle. So let's make a UI. So I'm gonna go in the crafting folder and I'm gonna click on the new folder and call it a UI. And inside the folder I'm gonna click on this user interface to make all the UI. So the UI will be your craft UI or crafting UI, whatever you call it. Open it up and let's make a text. Or first we let's blur our background. So I'm simply gonna grab this background blur, and whenever our crafting UI is present, we're gonna blur all the background. So anchor point should be cover whole the area. So I'm gonna simply set this offset right and bottom to 0 and z order to -1, so it won't affect our UI. And I want to blur it to, let's say, 5. Okay, 5 would be fine for me. And we need a text which says crafting. So size to content, and I'm gonna call this a crafting. Yep. And let's change this font size to 60. 60 would be fine for me. And I am simply set some offset in here. Okay. So whenever I craft, whenever I play this crafting UI is present, it shows on your player screen. So on the toggle UI part, let's create that craft UI. So create widget. The widget should be your crafting UI widget. From that I am simply gonna promote it to variable and I'm gonna call it a craft UI, and I will simply add to viewport. And for the mouse over events, I don't want any glitches, so I simply set the z order to +5. After that, what I want to do, I need to change my input mode to the UI. So I set input mode to UI only, and the widget I want to focus is this UI, and we need a player controller. So just get the player controller, and obviously we need a mouse to show mouse cursor, because I want to show the mouse cursor in here. Let me just double click to add a reroute node. So we're gonna show the mouse cursor. So now as you can see, we have successfully set at the input mode in the UI, and which we're gonna focus this crafting UI. Let's get this UI which we promoted, and right click on this blue pin to convert it to validate. So whenever we toggle a UI, if it's not valid, if it's not present to our game, we're gonna create it. If it's already present, then we want to destroy this. So what we're gonna do, if it's not valid, if it's valid, then we want to destroy it. So first we're gonna remove it from a parent. The item I want to remove is this crafting UI. Then I want to set this crafting UI to null. Then I want to set this input mode to game only. Let me just make some room here. So I am set the input mode to game only. So it will only gonna input to game because we don't have the crafting present. So get the player controller, and I don't want to show the mouse cursor in here. So I'm simply set show mouse cursor to false. Easy. So if it's not valid, then we're gonna create it. If it's valid, then we're gonna destroy it. But whenever we are creating a inventory, you're crafting UI and focusing it, all the keyboard focus should go in here. So make sure your crafting UI widget is focusable, otherwise the keyboard inputs won't work. So click on this main hierarchy, this one, and you can see the interaction is focusable. Make sure it is true, otherwise the interaction is not added. So now we are on the input mode whenever we place 3. So whenever we don't want to toggle this, we don't want this crafting UI and go back to the game, we want to toggle it back. So for that I'm gonna override this function. So go back to override, and on the key down event. So as you can see on the key down, first things first, make sure it is handled, otherwise it gives us warning. So if get the key, if our key is equal to the 3 button, then we want to toggle the inventory. Nope, this not key, 3 button. Then I want to toggle the inventory to false, so it will gonna toggle it back to the game. So for that we need a crafting component, right? So for that I'm simply gonna create a variable called crafting component, and this type would be a crafting component object reference, and I will simply expose in on spawn. So for exposing on spawn, you need this instance editable to be true, otherwise it won't gonna. So I will simply compile and save. So now I can access the crafting component. As you can see, we have exposed on spawn, so I will set it to none, and I will again set it to craft. So you can see we have exposed on spawn, so this crafting component is visible. So this would be a self reference. It compiles, save. In this, grab your crafting component. I simply want not this one, crafting component, I want to toggle the UI, so it will toggle it back to the game. Hit compile, save. Let's check it out if it's working or not. If I hit 3, game is in the UI mode. If I hit 3 again, it is back. So I can toggle it on and off, and you can see the background blur. So this is working fine as it should be. Next thing, it is not part of this UI series, but I want to cover it. So as you can see, we have made the 3 button in the player, but you can also do that by going through settings and your project settings. It will take some while to load up. Yep, in the inputs you can see you can add the inputs in here too. So let's say if you want to add an input in here, you can add something, and you can add the keys to here. And how do you gonna access this all inputs? So you can see in the whatever you open any blueprints you want, so you can see if you right click and get input settings, you can get all the input settings of this settings. From that get the mappings by name, action mappings and axis mappings, you know what I mean. So you can get a action mapping by name. So if I get this something, then I get all the action mappings attached to here by name. So if I set something, I get all the action mappings but it will give me an array. Why this is array? The reason is because it can be a keyboard button of tab key. Let's say it can be a next button of a gamepad button. There are a lot of gamepads, a PS4, a Wii, or a Xbox, or anything. So this, you can see, the now we have two elements, so it has 3 4 5 elements. So it will give us all the arrays of your buttons. So you can just get a copy, and if you just convert it or split it out, you can approach this key and it will go to here. So let's say if your weapon wheel is for Q button, so get your weapon wheel from here and grab this key, and if it's equal to the key we are pressing, then it will simply do the troop branch. So this is what I want to show, the toggling part of this UI. Let me just close this up. In the next episode we're gonna create a UI, and we're gonna make this UI to look something meaningful for a crafting UI. So this is all for it now. So thank you so much guys for watching, and bye bye.